Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I was watching CNN this morning, and we're going to show that little clip.
Okay, great.
The two people, the announcers, were really impressed with what you're doing. How did this all come about? Explain it to people in kind of your own personal way.
How it came about, I'm a musician. And about 7 years ago, I was invited to go to Walter Reed and meet a soldier who had gotten injured in Iraq. He had been a drummer and he lost his leg with the roadside bomb. It had injured him. And he was concerned, among many other things, how am I going to play the drums without my leg? And of course, my response is, how may I help you? We can figure this out. And as I started working on it with him, I started to learn really what life was like at Walter Reed, and it was eye-opening. Here all these, talented, active young people, severely wounded, and you can be in the hospital for a couple of days and go out of your mind with boredom. They could be in the hospital for 2 or 3 years, and starting with this first guy, we wondered, what if we can make a music program for any of these guys, regardless of their background, whether they played music before or not, whatever kind of music they wanted to play, what would be the very best music program we could make for them? And so we put this thing in motion, getting really wonderful musicians to come work with them, great equipment, individualized projects, and first we didn't know, what if this first guy's the only guy that wants to do it? But one after the next, everybody in that original house wanted to do it. And guys I thought wouldn't even talk to me, guys who weren't talking, came and they wanted to do it too. And it just kind of took off. We found some of these guys were, who'd never played an instrument before, practicing 10, 11, 15 hours a day. And not only that, not only getting really, really good, they started waking up. Their personalities came back, they started socializing, talking, reading, joking, a sense of community developed in the house, and so we knew we were onto something.
Where is it now? I mean, how has it grown, and where are we right now with it?
So it continues to grow quite a bit. We have a lot of demand at Walter Reed, and we're trying to ramp up at Walter Reed and actually go beyond Walter Reed. So at this point, we've worked with a number of people there at Walter Reed, first Army Medical Center and then the National Military Medical Center, and we're interested in expanding it to other military hospitals around the country, and we have some other expansion programs in the works as well. So
you don't have to be a musician, or can this, what I'm thinking is this could have other important possibilities in other fields.
Absolutely. There's, it's amazing how many things this touches on. So, just in terms of the benefits, physical benefits. We work with guys with prosthetics who are playing the piano, playing instruments with the prosthetics. You have a musical expert who's played for decades. They're helping that person with dexterity, regain the use of their hands, emotionally, mentally. There's a lot of research that shows that music can help an injured brain heal. And you have this program where they're doing music in such huge doses, many, many hours a day, and people reporting better balance, better memory, all sorts of things. So I think there's a lot of applications to this. One thing we didn't expect when we started was they get really, really good. And this is one of the reasons why the program is very effective. They have all this downtime at Walter Reed, just day after day of nothing to do. We fill it up with music. That helps them in many ways, but one of the side effects is they get really good. So we formed a band, the Music Corps Wounded Warrior Band, and I'm, I guess, the honorary non-wounded person, but I'm the leader of the band, and we jam together and we play together, and we've been,
kicking it out. Really, it's been really
doing
well.
We recently played at the Grand Ole Opry. It was very exciting. We've played at the Kennedy Center, at Madison Square Garden, so it's been some amazing things.
What were you doing before this happened? Where did you come from?
Okay, where did I come? Well,
yeah.
I've been a musician all my life.
Yeah.
So as a kid, my grandfather was a general, and as a kid, I started going to Juilliard pre-college in the 8th grade, and he was the one that drove me to Juilliard. And I just sort of grew up as a musician. At Juilliard, I went to college, and then I went back to New York and got involved in popular music. And I had a piece that combined orchestras and schools where kids go through a special curriculum that culminates in their performance with a professional orchestra. That spawned a nonprofit. We did a version with NASA, sort of musical journey through the universe that's used in the schools for music and science education. So we had this nonprofit before, and I was sort of pushing this nonprofit ahead that essentially did music partnership programs. So when this happened, and I met that at first injured soldier, and we started to put this together, it's really the same philosophy of the music partnership program, partnering professional musicians and the various constituents in a military hospital, put them together, the families, the wounded, this partnership program to make it work. So I had already had this other partnership program, and using things we learned from that, we developed this.
Well, thanks for being there, Phil, man. Congratulations on job well done.
Every day, it's an honor to do it. It's a privilege. Every day that I come back from Walter Reed, I'm just blown away by it. So I'm the lucky one to be able to do this work.
That's a good group.